Guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna learn a move I call the shoulder swipe or swipe roll. I don't really have a name for it, but this is a great move to get from your back rocks back to your feet. Obviously you can play around with this a lot. Maybe you can transfer to power move or freezes or whatever you like. So it's a handy move to have. Now this move, it's not a real swipe. But obviously you can transfer this move to a real swipe if you want, etc, etc. You can play around with it. We follow the logic of the swipe a little bit. So if you already can do a little bit the swipe, that would help. Another thing that you need to kind of have is shoulder freezes like this. See, it's very steady, but the way we use it is different. So if you do a shoulder freeze like this, you're laying on top of your body. You're actually doing sort of a wrong freeze because you're so low. But we can actually use this to get from our back to our feet without our lower back touching. And for the people, so if you're new to breaking and to back rocks, basically your lower back can touch the floor, but often it looks sloppy. So the idea is that when you do moves like back rocks, that your lower back stays high, right? The lower back is not near the floor. Now what we're gonna do, and I'll show it from the side, you can really see it. I'm actually lay on my arm like this, but place the foot like the swipe basically. Now here, you want to push off with this hand. You can place both hands in this part, that doesn't matter. Now, instead of a real swipe, let's turn around, place the shoulder again, and do the move again with the feet. So this way, it's a very easy move and everybody can follow along. Obviously, it's a lot more dynamic if you jump it or twist it. And there's a way to do that. I'll get back to you for this one. So first, let's look at it. So we're going to do a back rock. We're going to lay on the arm, lift up, and again, boom. Continue our footwork. That's a simple way. So basically, when you lift up, you also turn a little bit on the foot to make it more easy for you. So then you can do this many times in a row. Obviously, you can just use this to transfer out of your back rocks back to your normal footwork. Or, you can use this basically to transfer to a swipe. You're already in the swipe motion. All you have to do is the next swipe, so not this one, but the next one, you're just higher, right? So let's say I want to do swipes from this or any other power move, because from the swipe, if you can transfer your swipe to another power move, you can also combine this. So let's take a look. I'm going here, I'm placing this, I do one swipe and I go to the flat. One swipe, I go to the window, right? So like that. But then you have to have at least a little bit the swipe. Obviously, you don't need the swipe necessarily, because from this part where I'm at right now, from the shoulder, and I place this, all I have to do now, let's say I want to go to the windmill, is actually jump into the windmill, right? So that way I can transfer to the windmill, head spin, flare 90, whatever I want, right? So basically you have to learn a little bit how to lift and how this move works, but you can work with this. I myself use it more or less like a footwork step. Now, because both hands are on the floor, your move is not that dynamic. And this is also for beginners. This is something you have to watch. When you film yourself, you have moves like this. See how you can keep it. It's not about, it's about flow and dynamic, right? So let's say I'm doing this. And I'm stuck here. That's not that nice. So basically a trick to make it more dynamic is to leave this hand out. This makes the moves a lot harder, but if you can swipe, you can use this like this. And then instead, just like a swipe, you throw over instead of placing both hands. Makes it a lot more dynamic, and this will also allow you to make a full twist, which is a cool effect. So when you look at it again, I'm really laying on the arm, but this time at the top, right? So I can actually jump. You pause this arm, you don't place it yet, so you can basically throw into other moves, transitions, freezes, yada yada. There's many ways to play with this, guys. So basically, what is the concept? It's super easy. You're gonna lay flat on your arm like this, lift your hip, and place the foot like you're doing a swipe. Then you can use this arm to push off, see that? It's very useful to understand this. This also basically also works with the other side. So from here and I'm here, right, I can push off without my lower back touching the floor. So it doesn't look, I'm just like, gliding here, and often that looks sloppy. So the clean way is sort of to keep the lower back as much as you can off the floor, but maybe you find a reason to use your lower back on the floor, and that's totally legit. But in general, right, that looks sloppy. Always film yourself, always see. But if you like to use this transition, you now have one, and you can use it literally like multiple swipes like this, or not real swipes, but these roll moves that if you go here, you touch, you go back, touch, like that. And also, like I said, basically if you understand swipe 1.5 or more or less the concept of 1.5 elbow or 1.5 air flare, you get the idea. You twist fast. If you pause this arm, you can just place it and it looks very dynamic. So it's like a swipe, but you quickly twist it back to the shoulder and you get like a dynamic effect. I'm doing this, touching, jumping, twisting, right like that. So the key here, which I did wrong by the way, but doesn't matter, is that you really stall this arm. This arm wants to go, you need to stall it till you're literally on the foot. Then you get that dynamic effect. So to do it better, touch, now right there you get the twist. And that looks nice. And then, you know, find many uses for this concept. Obviously you can play a lot with this. So the concept is super easy. Play around with this if you like it. I think it's handy to have. So obviously there's moves like head swipe and tap mill to get out of those back rocks, right? So when I'm on my back and I just use tap mill to try to my freeze, of course that's legit, right? But also don't do that. So find other ways, and preferably one where you don't, you know, touch with the hip. So that's it, guys. Hope you like this one. Take it if you want it, and it's yours. I'll see you next time.